Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's episode we'll be talking about guns. I guess we could all agree that holy trinity of cowboys in Wild West are guns, horses and hats. And we'll be talking about guns in today's video, even though hats are still on sale in this week's update of RDO. Now, there is a plenty of tutorials around regarding weapons of Red Dead Redemption 2 and online especially, but I will give you my opinion which weapon should you buy first in every category and which one is my favorite, of course, and why do I think it's the best weapon in its class. Now, in the Ultimate Beginner's Guide, I've already mentioned that people who bought Ultimate Edition of Red Dead Redemption 2 have some sort of advantage because when they start their online journey, they will have free of charge Varmint Rifle, a shotgun and volcanic pistol. And you know, you can take both volcanic pistols for free when you buy your first offhand holster. Now, in Red Dead Redemption 2 Online, there are 5 categories or classes of weapon, if you prefer. We can even say there's 6th or bonus category because we have bows as well, but there are only 2 bows in the game and there is no really too much difference between normal or regular bow and, well, improved bow. So, in all honesty, when you buy a bow, buy the cheaper one in the beginning, of course. So, what is the first category? Revolvers, of course. And you will start the game with the basic revolver, Cattleman revolver, and in my opinion that's the worst weapon you can have, but well, you're a beginner and it will do what it's supposed to, kill NPCs. But even if Cattleman revolver is the worst revolver in the game and it has its competition in double action revolver, you still shouldn't buy new revolver first because you have much more important weapons to buy. But when you buy a revolver, first revolver you will be able to buy is Schofield revolver, and it's pretty good really. So I would say you should buy it after buying the first weapon you need to buy. I will not tell which weapon is, but you will see by the end of this video, of course. So, when you buy revolver, you will buy Schofield revolver first. Now, besides already mentioned revolvers, there are only 2 more in the game and they are, in my opinion and probably the majority of the community, the best in the game. Those are Navy revolver and LeMat revolver. Now, my revolver of choice is Navy revolver, and although good revolvers are also LeMat revolver and Schofield revolver, if I would need to pick, first pick is of course Navy revolver, then Schofield, and the third place goes to LeMat revolver. There are of course pros and cons for each of these 3 revolvers, but it all comes down to personal preference, trust me. Now, the only difference that I've noticed by using all revolvers in all honesty is fire rate, and I don't know, I like fire rate of Navy the most. Also, you will reload it faster than other revolvers, and LeMat has 9 bullets and 1 shotgun bullet, so when you start reloading it takes a lot of time. Now also I would always recommend reloading before you shoot your entire barrel, of course, because you will save time and well, it will be faster to have 12 or 6 bullets if you don't have offhand holster faster. And this advice is good for all weapons, not just revolvers and I don't know, pistols, but all weapons should be reloaded as soon as possible and when you're in cover, of course. Now, the next class or category of weapons is pistols class, and we have only 3 pistols in it. The first one, Volcanic Pistol, is free for all players who bought Ultimate Edition of Red Dead Redemption 2, and of course we have Semi-Automatic Pistol and Mauser Pistol, the famous Mauser. Now, if you didn't buy Ultimate Edition of the game, you should not buy Volcanic Pistol early because you will have Revolver, and Volcanic resembles a lot to all revolvers in all honesty, and it will not be so different and you should probably save money for a much more useful weapon than, well, pistol. Now, deciding between a favorite pistol is probably the hardest decision of this video, and I will pick Mauser just because it has 10 bullets in its chamber. No any other reason really. I like Mauser, I like semi-automatic pistol, and I even like volcanic pistol, but I would not buy it if I have a revolver in the first place. So this concludes pistols category and brings us to the advice where I would say you should avoid buying pistols early on, especially if you have a decent or good revolver, like already mentioned Schofield revolver. So you should save up money for something much more useful than a pistol. And this brings us, of course, to the next class of weapons, shotguns. Now, this is an interesting class because you have standard shotguns like pump action shotgun, semi-automatic shotgun, and repeating shotgun. You also have double-barreled shotgun. Actually, you have two versions of it, but just buy a regular one and don't bother yourself with the other one, which cannot be improved. You also have a shotgun that goes into your holsters. It's sort of shotgun, of course, and it's pretty good because it can be combined with other rifles because, well, it doesn't occupy rifle slot. There is another weapon I find to be a shotgun, even though it is called a rifle. It's an elephant rifle, of course, and well, that's really not a gun you ever should buy. But when you have a lot of money which you don't know what to spend on, you will probably buy it in the end. But an elephant rifle is a thing you should avoid. It's really good for nothing. It deals serious amount of damage, but it ruins pelts and carcasses as well. But the real question here is which shotgun you should buy. If you have Ultimate Edition of the game, you already get pump action shotgun, so if you have it, do not buy any early on. But if you are a shotgun type cowboy, well, buy a pump action shotgun. It's good and you can buy it as early as you reach 5th level. So it's a great addition for, well, short distance combat. But you have revolvers, so I don't find it to be that much of an improvement in the early game. In my opinion, really, a shotgun is not a necessary weapon for new players. And if you ask me which shotgun is my preferred, well, it's semi-automatic shotgun. Again, I don't know why. I like fire rate and I like how it looks, in all honesty. So, a semi-automatic shotgun is my pick of the bunch. So, we came to the fourth class of weapons, repeaters. You start the game with already mentioned Cattleman Revolver and Carabine Repeater, and that repeater is really the worst in the game and, well, basically good for nothing. And if you need to improve your repeater, you will have plenty of options, and as soon as you reach level 12, you will be able to buy Lancaster Repeater, considered to be the best in the game. And in all honesty, there is no too much difference between Litchfield and Lancaster Repeater, but you will be able to buy Lancaster 6 levels before, so Litchfield at 18th, and well, you should not buy and double it early on. And of course, there's another repeater, Evans Repeater, and you will see now why this Evans Repeater is a must-have later on when you have enough money to buy it, because clearing those roadblocks filled with NPCs, especially those Moonshiner roadblocks, are really easy with Evans. But since the goal of this video is which weapon to pick from every category, the answer would be Lancaster Repeater. It's the best all-around repeater in the game. It's great for PvP, it's great for PvE, it's good for NPCs and player enemies. So, well, you can buy it at level 12. Its price is, well, decent. So, this repeater should be your second improvement of your arsenal. The first one, of course, comes in a couple of seconds in the next category. And this category, of course, is a rifle class or category of weapons. This is a high-end category and all the best weapons are in there. It should be actually divided in the class A and class B, where class A are bolt-action rifle and Springfield rifle, while B class is a scoped rifles class. Or we can even call it sniper class with rolling block rifle and Carcano rifle in it. Besides these two classes or subclasses, we also have a varmint rifle, which should not even be considered whether it should be bought or not, because that's a must-have weapon in the game, of course. And again, if you bought Ultimate Edition, you have it for free once you reach level you need. So within this class A, there is a weapon that is a jack of all trades. A first buy, a must-have, bolt action rifle. You will be able to buy it as low as level 7. It is pretty cheap, just above $200, and that's a first buy you must make in the game. Now, I already spoke briefly in the Ultimate Beginner's Guide about this weapon and its superiority to every other weapon in the game, but I should repeat it here because this is a weapon guide after all. So, a bolt-action rifle is a weapon you will use for PvP, PvE, and you will hunt with it for perfect pelts of bigger and medium animals. Bolt-action rifle has very good fire rate, reload rate, ammo capacity, damage, and it can be scoped and used as a, well, basic sniper. It's not to be compared with Carcano or rolling block, of course, but it can be used as a sniper. And because of this versatility, I rarely removed it from my saddle and my back. It's really my main weapon for all things I do in the game. Later on, when you reach level 38, you will be able to buy Springfield rifle. It's basically a sniper without a scope, or it can be without a scope, of course. But in all honesty, Springfield rifle is among the last weapons you will buy because you have bolt action rifle, and when you buy a sniper, you will not need it, in all honesty. Now we are in the B class of rifles, sniper class, and you have only rolling block rifle and Carcano. But that's really a tough decision because when you reach level 13 you will be able to buy a rolling block rifle, and Carcano isn't available until level 50. Now, when I compare these two rifles, these two snipers, Carcano rifle is, in my opinion, much better weapon. Although rolling block does the same things and it's even more potent, it has more damage, but its slower rate of fire really makes the difference later on in the game. But if I'd have to give you an advice which weapon to buy first, well, go for rolling block and later on you will have enough money at level 50 to buy Carcano. And you will most probably just put rolling block in your locker and will never use it since you will have Carcano. At least that's my opinion, of course. And with this, I've covered all weapons in the game, but now we will have to decide which weapon to buy first. So, bolt action rifle is my first pick, definitely. Second pick, Lancaster repeater at level 12. And the third pick would be Schofield revolver at level 9. Those are first weapons you need to buy in order to improve your stature in the game and your potential to kill all sorts of enemies. Of course, if you didn't buy Ultimate Edition, it's a bit different. Definitely bolt action rifle is the first pick, then varmint rifle, and the third place would go to Lancaster repeater. Now, before conclusion, I have one final bonus tip for you. It is regarding varmint rifle. It is said that varmint rifle is used to kill and have perfect pelts and carcasses from varmint. Some people say it is also used to kill birds and even smaller animals like squirrels or frogs, but that's not the case if you want to have perfect carcass. And if you do, the weapon you should use is a bow. Yeah, it's a bow, and you need an arrow, a specific one, and it's small game arrow, of course. In order to have it, you need to buy a pamphlet from a fence, of course. So it's one of the pamphlets that should be bought first in the game. But this video is not regarding pamphlets, so it's just a bonus tip if you want to hunt perfect pelts and perfect carcasses from smaller animals. And with this being said, we should wrap this video up. Thank you for your time and attention, and I hope it was useful. See you in the next one. Bye bye!